Soaring up high, got no clue. How do I know what I mean to you?
Hey happy homemakers, and welcome back to my channel. With all of the traveling I've been doing this spring and summer, I had so many deep cleaning items that had been put off that I had to make a list so I didn't forget anything on this day, and I wanted to just go through that list and tick things off. Now, in addition to that, I also just need to do some regular homemaking stuff like the dishes, so I went ahead and started with that first.
Exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything to me. Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside. Tell me you're lost, feel so blue. Leaving me on the spot so confused. Oh baby, tasting so sweet, acting so rude. Won't you tell me what I'm supposed to do? Yeah. High and low in between
My girls, and then I did an art project with them, and they ended up making an even bigger mess for me to clean up. So you guys will see that in just a moment, but for now, let's go ahead and finish up with this kitchen, and then we'll be on to all of the deep cleaning.
Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything to me. Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside. Dance on the beat. I don't want no excuses. You keep me feeling so clueless. I'd like to dream. Keep on dreaming about us, baby. Hey. Now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything to me. Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside.
I'm walking around feeling free, thinking about what's happened to me from July up till now. Don't know where, don't know how. Lately I've come to realize that I can see it in your eyes, so it's true. I'm so glad you feel it too. Nothing to hide.
So I made a little Instagram reel just sharing the little art project that I did with my girls. It was just some food coloring with a tablespoon of milk, and you can paint on bread and it's edible. So you could like surprise your kids with sandwiches, or you could actually use it as an art project to do with them, which is what I did, and it made a humongous mess. One of my girls ended up splashing some of the red, of course it was red, it's always red, on the kitchen stool, and that made a huge disaster. But I was actually already planning on this particular day to shampoo these chairs with my carpet cleaner, so I'm very glad that this happened before I did that and not after. It worked out perfect that I was already tackling these chairs on this day anyway, and I was pretty confident that the food coloring would come out, because as long as you take care of it right away, food coloring doesn't typically stain, at least not in my experience. And I definitely already had lots of staining on them to take care of, so it was the perfect day to go ahead and get this taken care of. So I used the Bissell Deep Clean spot treatment spray on the biggest spots first. Then I quickly ran out. I didn't realize I was almost out of this stuff, so I will be needing to buy some more of that. But I ran to the laundry room and just grabbed some spray and wash, and I used that on the remaining spots on the chair. Ended up basically just coating the entire chair with that.
Stars to snow in our hearts. We both know that we're falling in love.
spray needed to sit for 10 minutes, so while that was working and doing its magic, I wanted to clean up this spill. So here is the cleaner I actually use in the carpet cleaner, and then here is the Mr. Clean cleaner that I was using on this day to mix up my mop water.
For us, we're falling in love.
Let me just tell you guys, kids are the pros at doing things that make your life really hard sometimes. The fact that she got the staining right here on the corner of the chair made it so hard to clean. I had to go over that spot so many times. My hand was cramping up like crazy, and I probably could have worked on this a lot longer. I spent about 25 or 30 minutes on these two chairs, and at one point I think I stopped recording because I didn't want too much repetitive footage for you guys, but it definitely was a lot of work to get that red food coloring stain out of this chair. I had a ton of water on the floor, so I was trying to suck it up with this handle, but then I got a piece of food stuck in there, so I ended up, you guys will see in a few minutes, going back and grabbing just a towel to dry that up. But I moved on for the moment to do one final pass right here in this corner because there was still quite a bit of red going on this stool.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer. When we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. When we float.
Oh, and as I mentioned, my hand was hurting so bad, so you see me here just shaking it out. Some of these clips are like sped up 8 times speed, so just wanted to show you guys how slow I was actually going. So this is real time for how slow I go, and I'm also applying pressure. I just didn't want these stools to have any moisture left in them. I do have a full review on this carpet cleaner that I posted about a year or year and a half ago or so, and that is on my channel under my review playlist.
Oh, it's bittersweet.
All right, so these are still wet. I see the red spot on the edge here I need to go back and work on, but I think I might have gotten everything else off. I won't know for sure until it dries. So I'm gonna let them dry and then see if there's any more spots I need to go back over. I did the back too. My girls just got that red stuff on there. Like I showed you guys, I still need to clean this up. You guys don't walk over here. I need to get a towel for that. I think I'm gonna actually lay this chair on its back and try to really get that because it's a weird spot. You see everywhere up here where it was is gone, so it's really just because it was hard for me to reach that area. How crazy is this? Wow. I do have a full review of this on my channel, not sponsored or anything like that. I get a lot of comments on that video that it's very helpful, and I am breathing heavy because that was some hard work, you guys, but I'm excited to have these done because I haven't been good at wiping them off, and there was a bunch of little stains that I was hoping would come out, and like I said, I won't know until they're dry. But anyway, my girls let me turn the cartoon back on. I turned it off so I wouldn't get any copyright strikes. But yeah, let's get back to finishing this, and then we'll move on to everything else.
If you're up for drinks and a good crowd, raise your glass to the sky. Let's toast
think we did it. There might be a tiny smudge left right here. I'll hit it one more time. But I'm trying not to like mess with the fabric too much. I feel like I'm kind of, you know, at risk of damaging this. At this point, it's kind of, I think I got it. I would try to remember later in the video to come back and show you guys these ones. They're dry. I think I might have got all the spots out.
Just do what I want. This is my pity party, pity party. If my highs are highs, my lows are low. Need to blow off some steam to get back up. I'm not someone you should cheat on. 'Cause when I come back strong.
All right, so full disclaimer, I don't think I've mopped my floors in at least a month. Maybe 2. So it was definitely time. So I wanted to go around and sweep all the floors up and then mop them. Like I said, I used a mixture of that Mr. Clean floor cleaner. I've been enjoying that. It doesn't smell as strong as the Fabuloso. I like the smell of the Fabuloso because it's so strong. Now maybe I didn't use enough because I feel like the first time I used the Mr. Clean it did smell really, really good. But this last time that I used it, I don't feel like the smell was very strong at all. So I might put a little bit more in it next time I make and try it again. But the Fabuloso I've always loved because it's such a strong fragrance and it kind of lingers in the room for a good hour after you're done. But I have been enjoying the Mr. Clean as well. And I also still love my O-Cedar Spin Mop. I've been using this thing for years. It was $30 when I got it. I know it's gone up to $50. I don't know if that's inflation or just because of the popularity of it, but this is definitely my go-to mop for any deep cleaning or anytime I do my entire house all at once. And I love like Swiffer style mops just anytime I'm doing like a spot clean. So it was time to check in with our to-do list and check a few things off. Then we were back to the dishes. I wanted to go ahead and get all of these put away so I could unload the dishwasher and wash the few items that were still sitting out on the counter, like the coffee pot and those kind of larger items.
This is my pity party, pity party. Well, maybe it was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face before.
And then I just decided to drop things and I tried to catch things and it didn't work out for me.
Just have passed me by the night. We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to hold. All those little moments, the bites you didn't catch me looking over your shoulder, just at the right time. Those little moments all led me to you. Only God knew about all those little moments.
All right, I was doing all kind of stuff on camera and I didn't realize I wasn't recording, but I am about to go ahead and clean this off with my stainless steel e-cloth. It's been way overdue. I just cleared the little pictures my girls made me off the fridge so that I can do that. And I wanted to show you guys this ice maker. I did a review a couple of weeks ago and it was of a smaller one from the same company. And in that review, I actually mentioned that that ice maker was only good for like daily use. It wouldn't be a good option for someone who needed something for a party. And they messaged me and they're like, actually we have a bigger one if you want to try it out. And so I was like, okay. They didn't ask me. Okay. They didn't ask me to share it or anything, but I did just want to share it with you guys. With the small one, we kind of just swapped it out to see which one we like better. This one makes, it takes about twice as long to drop ice, but it also makes twice as much ice in one go. So this has more square, large pieces of ice, and it does, like I'll run it once every 2 or 3 days, so once every second or third day, Instead of the small one, I ran it pretty much every single day to get enough ice for us to basically fill up 2 of these little ice buckets. So with this one, I run it once every 2 or 3 days to fill those up. So not all day long, but like for a few hours or something. I haven't sat down and saw if it was like an hour, 2 hours, how long it was, but I run it for a little bit, you know, every 2nd or 3rd day, and then you have enough ice for 2 to 3 days, if that makes sense. So the only thing I don't like about this one compared to the other one is that the ice, now I forgot this, I had started this and it started to melt. The ice stays in big chunks like this and you have to break it up. That's the only downside to this one over the other one. But this is much better for parties and making a lot more ice, like I said. And I do like these style of ice chunks. I just wish it didn't stick together. So I do have to break them up. That's the one con with this one, but it definitely makes a lot more ice and it just looks so nice. It looks a lot more higher end just because it is stainless versus the black. And with this one, you just fill water in the top, so I do have to pull it out to fill the water up, but it actually fits just fine underneath the cabinet, just like my other one did, and I'll do the same thing I did last time to show you guys how it looks compared to my other stuff. It doesn't take up that much more footprint. I have the other one sitting in here on the table, just to remind you guys. Sorry, I have a lot going on. So that's what the other one is. So it's definitely, you know, this one's definitely smaller, and this one's definitely bigger, obviously. It has twice the capacity. I think it's 40 pounds of ice a day. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, it goes actually really well. The black one went fine in here because I have black and stainless, but this one does definitely look a lot higher end. So we've been trying it out for the last week and a half, 2 weeks or so, and so far we do like it, other than, like I said, we have to break the ice up. So pretty much we've just been taking our scoop or a butter knife and breaking it up before we throw it in the ice bucket. But yeah, so I'm making some right now, and if you guys can hear, there's a lot of noise with my girls. You might not be able to hear. This one has a hum that sounds more like a regular fridge. So I don't think it's any louder, but the hum sounds more like a fridge if you can hear it. So it's not something I really notice. It's definitely, you know, you can hear it, but it's not like terribly loud or anything. Again, that's what I've heard people complain about on ice reviews. It's just why I try to mention it. I don't think it's overly loud. It's not something I notice when we're watching TV. And obviously, when we're watching TV, we're sitting right there. So if it's not, you know, overpowering, we don't have to turn the TV up or anything like that. I just love how sleek this one looks, and it definitely would be better for if you were having guests over to be able to keep a larger supply of ice and get more ice faster. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Now we're gonna go ahead and clean this off with the multi-purpose rag and the stainless steel polishing cloth from E-Cloth.
We're not okay. I look into your eyes and see you fade away. But we're not the same. It's like we're on 2 sides of the Milky Way. Somehow we got used to the problems. Baby, we got used to.
I hope you guys are really enjoying today's deep clean with me. I hope that it's giving you all the cleaning motivation that you need for your day. If it is, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel out quite a lot. I appreciate you guys if you are still here watching. At this point, I had moved on to a couple of more of the deep cleaning things that I always put off, which was the microwave, the stove, and the glass on the oven. Luckily, we are religious at using our cover in the microwave, so the microwave really was not that bad. It just needed a quick wipe down. And the stove really wasn't terrible as far as anything being stuck on, but it was just really dirty. It had a ton of crumbs on it, so all of those need to be just wiped down really good. Also, a side note on our little microwave food cover thing, you guys may have never seen one that attaches to the top of the microwave like that. It is magnetic. I did get that off of Amazon, and I had that in our Michigan house, but the way the top of our microwave was shaped we weren't able to use it. It wouldn't stick, but it works great in this microwave because the top is flat. Someone in my family had one, and I was like, I need that. I don't have to move it up and down every time. If I don't need it, I don't have to take it out and set it on the counter. I mean, it seems like such a simple thing, but being able to just leave it attached to the top is so convenient. And so I ran out and got one, and then I realized I couldn't use it on my microwave. So if you guys want to get one of those, just keep in mind the top of your microwave, if it's not flat like this one is, it's got like a weird shape where something comes down on it or something like that, then it may not work with your microwave. So just a side note on that.
Lose my breath. Yeah, I just wanna lose my Yeah, I just wanna lose my breath. Yeah, I just wanna lose my
So to clean my stove, I just started by removing all of the large crumbs with a rag, and then I sprayed it down with my mixture of Dawn dish soap and water.
I see something, it's coming up on the horizon. Oh, let me clear my head and get rid of the distractions. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. Out of phase, filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left full time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, please won't you come over? Let me get to know ya. Hey, nah, delve into emotion. Leave us in this moment.
So I finished sweeping up and mopping in the living room, and I wanted to go ahead and use my Dyson to clean up my trash pile like I always do. And then after that, I quickly vacuumed up the rug, and I did a really quick pass with my carpet shampooer over this. I wasn't sure, because it is more of a thin rug, if the water would seep through it if I got too much on it. I don't think it will, but I wasn't sure how it was going to affect the rug, and so I just did a really quick pass through with the shampooer on this. I knew we had gotten food on this rug when we had friends over. We typically don't let our kids eat on the rug, but they did have their baby here, and they were kind of giving them little snacks, and we had ants in several spots on this rug one day where they were like congregated in two specific spots. So there was nothing visual I could see on the rug, but it made me think that because the ants had gotten in and they were specifically targeting a couple of different spots on the rug, that there was food maybe down in the fibers. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and shampoo this. And we had sprayed for the ants that day, and they were completely gone after that. It was just a random incident. I'm not really sure. It hadn't rained or anything, which we're kind of in a drought right now. We really need rain. But anyway, long story short, short, I just knew there was probably some food or residual food on this, and even though we had gotten rid of the ants immediately by spraying for them, I wanted to go ahead and just shampoo the rug really quick. And of course it is a new rug, so shampooing it made it look even better, good as new. And then I wanted to show you guys how dark the water was from doing the chairs and the rug, and I'm always surprised by that. I do have a lot of the mixture left, so I wanted to try to do the stairs as well, so I'll show you guys that in just a few minutes as soon as I finish sweeping, mopping, and dusting.
I'm a spend, I'm a baller, take a deep breath. I'm a shark, you 7 days a week, I'll be up all night, day and night, day and night. I'm a spend, I'm a baller, take a deep breath. I'm a shark, you 7 days a week, I'll be up all night, day and night, day and night.
My life's dope. I wear fancy clothes as I'm earning dough. I'ma bring the show anywhere I go.
Live a life to the maximum, all day and night, all day and night, all day and night.
Live a life to the maximum.
All day and night, all day and night, all day and night.
I'll be up all night.
Let me be your king, yes I could be your captain. Live a life of dreams and live a life of fashion. I'ma lift you up before I throw you out, cause you can live your life sitting down. I'm a king, I'm a boss, I'ma spend, let it cost. Let me live my life of bliss in the...
So a few weeks ago, I had some family members over, and I looked up at this light fixture. I know you guys can't really see it on my footage, but you guys have to take my word for it, but I had some family member over here, and I looked up, and this thing had cobwebs on it, and I was like so embarrassed. This one and the kitchen one, I'm like, how did I not notice that? Leave me a comment down below, let me know if that same thing happens to you. I'm assuming that happens to everybody. There's just things that you look at every day and you don't notice, messes and things like that, and then someone comes over and you look up and you're like, oh my goodness, I have cobwebs. There's always something about having guests over that put a spotlight on things you've been neglecting in your home. Aaron and I used to say that all the time in our house in Michigan, because being that we moved so far away from everyone we knew, we didn't have visitors over for quite a little while. And then once we kind of got connected with the church and started having friends and visitors over, we would always do like a mad dash in our house, like the night before or the morning of, like, because we usually have people over on the weekend, so like a Saturday morning, we'd spend that morning cleaning, and our house would look so good. We do so many things that we had been neglecting. It's like you look at your house under a microscope if you know people are coming, whereas your normal everyday tidies, you just tend to like be blind to certain things that are going on in your house. But anyway, we'd always say, man, we need to have people over more often because we would get our house in tip-top shape. But anyway, that's just a side note. I'm sure that's a common thing. It's just something we noticed and we're like, yep, definitely need to have guests over, and then our house will stay consistently cleaner.
I'll be up all night. Live a life to the maximum.
You come up this part right here. So Aaron and the girls were outside washing the car. The girls like to clean their little power wheels while he washes our car, and so they're outside doing that. And Kinsey must have got sick of the heat because she came inside, took a little break from that, and asked if she could help me inside because I was doing inside chores while they were doing the outside chores, and so I let her help just go ahead and finish up with the last little bit of mopping. Doing a great job.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull.
Okay, so I am going to try to carpet clean the stairs since I have a whole canister of it that's not been used. I might not end up doing the stairs. We'll see how difficult it is. If it's too difficult, I'm just going to do the landings. But I'm going to go ahead and empty the dirty water out of it so we can see how gross these stairs are, because I'm betting they've never been carpet cleaned, at least not since this became a rental, just because the state of the house was in when we left. That's why I'm assuming that. Kinsey's moving my camera, which she likes to do. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this water out, try it on the stairs. I'll just feel better having this clean, just because if you guys have been around for any length of time, you know when we moved into this house, it was so gross. It was a disaster. They had renters that they kicked out because they weren't taking care of the place. Then they had squatters, so it's a whole thing with this house. But I feel really good getting that cleaned out. You guys saw yesterday how gross this water was? Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, this comes out real easy. Just from the chairs, it was really pretty brown. It looks more brown in person even, but I'm just gonna rinse this out real quick. That way we'll start with a fresh canister and see how bad the stairs are. I'm excited to see. Is that weird? I don't know. All right, the chairs look great. I think everything came up on them. I can see just a little residual in that back corner of darkness from some of the stains my girls have made that I just did not clean up in a timely fashion. But I'm thinking if I went over these again, I could probably get rid of that. If you weren't really looking for it, you probably wouldn't even really notice that. So yeah, I still love these chairs. And part of me wants to get a couch and stuff that's tufted like this in our next place, but I don't know. It'll depend on what we do. If you guys are not familiar, if you didn't see the video, a couple of videos I think I talked about it. We are trying to buy land, and with the cost of houses right now, we've kind of determined we're not gonna be able to build a house and buy land at the same time. So we've been looking at trying to find land that we can put a trailer on, which we've been really surprised in Texas. There are a lot of places that you can't put trailers. There's a lot of restrictions in putting trailers. So our plan would be if we got into like a used older trailer, just to pay the land off super quickly. You'd only be in a trailer for about 2 years. So even better would be if we could find land that already had an old trailer on it. That would save us from having to pay for well and septic and running electricity and a driveway and the cost of putting the trailer on the land, all kind of stuff. So I don't know, we've been kind of looking at our options. But anyway, if we did that, we've been wanting a big wraparound couch, but we're waiting to buy it. I told you guys before too, these couches are 15 years old and they are falling to pieces. We like almost sink inside of them now. Since we moved here, they've just gone downhill. They hit that 15-year mark and they are just done. They have served us well, but they are done. So the only reason we haven't bought new couches is because if we do go with the trailer route, we're not gonna be able to get the big wraparound couch that we want. It's not gonna fit in there and we'd end up sticking it in storage. So we're waiting a little bit longer to see. Okay, hang on just a second, honey. She'll put a cartoon on for her. But anyway, I just want to give you guys that quick update because I've been seeing some of those tufted couches for cheap, and so I'm like, maybe they're only like a few $100s. You guys probably know sectionals, the big L-shaped sectionals are pretty pricey, and so those would be an investment that we would want to keep for another 10 to 15 years like we did with these couches. But all that being said, some of these little small like love seats and other combo on Amazon, you can get some of the tufted ones, the same colors that kind of match these chairs, for like $300 to $500. So we could get a whole set for like $600 to $800, and then that would fit well into a trailer. So that might be an in-between option, something I could use in my office later on, or something that I could end up like going back and selling on Facebook Market if we didn't have a place for it, versus getting our big L shape. And if we move into a place that's too small for a couple of years, that'll be in storage for a few years. I'd rather just wait. So we are waiting on the couches, even though they are worn out and starting to get nasty. I have a lot of ideas, but let's go ahead and do these stairs, and then I need to take care of these dishes. I don't know if I'm gonna do that on camera or not, but we're almost done with this video. All right, I am fully expecting this to be a struggle bus situation, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that no. Yeah. All of my friends say
okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's just do the landing. I can't maneuver, there's not enough room to maneuver anything in addition to it being too big, so yeah. I would need like a little spot treater or something in the stairs. Which I did in the past have one of those Bissell spot treaters, and that thing was awesome. We used to use it when we had our dog, and if she would have any kind of accident in the house or anything like that, I'm gonna go over here and turn the light on. But yeah, that thing was awesome for cleaning up pet messes.
when I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let
was a very small area. I didn't get it super wet. I went over it twice, and this water is black. I probably should go over it like a couple more times. But I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go downstairs and get the dishes cleaned up so that I can just have my house tidy and be done for today, so. All right, you guys, so this video has just gotten too long, so I'm gonna stop it here. I am gonna get the rest of this done, but I'm pretty tired, so I'll probably do it tomorrow or later in the week. But just wanted to let you guys know that I got everything done except for wiping down the outside of the counter of the cabinet. The other day, I actually wiped off quite a bit of them, and so I was like, I just need to go through and do them all at once. So all the big spills I did clean off the other day, so they weren't too bad, so I just put those off until later. The laundry, as you guys know, always gets put off till later, but I did wash, so I guess I could mark that off. I just haven't folded it and put it away. And the master shower, I knew I probably wasn't gonna do. So I just wanted to share with you guys that obviously this was a very ambitious list. I didn't think I was gonna get all of it done, but I'm glad that I got done 3/4 of the items on there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you want to check out more cleaning motivation and homemaking inspiration, check out the videos that are on the screen, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.